Video review.
There's nothing like a game series celebrating its 20th anniversary to make you feel old. Yes, Madden's been around for 2 full decades. This year's Madden is just what you've come to expect from the series. It doesn't take a whole lot of chances with the formula that's proved so successful in the past. But improvements such as the additions of Chris Collinsworth as a commentator and a backtrack feature that points out and helps correct your mistakes make for a great football experience. However, there are quite a few issues like a disappointing online league and mostly unchanged franchise and superstar modes that keep Madden 09 from reaching its full potential.
He fields the bunt at the 20. He's dropped around the...
One criticism of recent Madden games is that they feature a steep learning curve. There's no question that this is one of the more user-friendly Maddens in recent history. If you throw an interception or take a bad sack, Collinsworth will break down the play for you and explain not only what you did wrong, but what you should have done instead.
Not a very good decision by the quarterback on that one. When you take another look at this one, you'll see that there was a receiving option open, and the quarterback failed to get him the ball. He made a mistake.
Collinsworth's analysis during these backtrack segments is amazingly accurate and useful. It's just a shame these backtrack moments occur at random. Another extremely useful yet controversial addition is the ability to rewind plays and try them again. This is a great way to help you learn from your mistakes, and it's nice to have a do-over if you get cheesed by the CPU, but it takes self-control not to rewind any time you make a bad play. When you first boot the game, a virtual Madden that looks just like R2-D2's projection of Princess Leia in Star Wars appears on screen to administer a Madden IQ test. This takes place in a VR simulator and consists of running, passing, tackling, and pass coverage drills. The game will adjust its difficulty based on the results of this test. This process is a good idea in theory, but the offensive drills are so easy that it's possible for a first-timer to score well enough that they end up with a suggestion that they play a mixture of all-pro or all-Madden difficulties. This is the first year Madden has included online leagues. It's too bad they aren't any good though. Yeah, you and up to 31 other players can form a league and play each other whenever you'd like, but you can't fill out the league with CPU-controlled teams. There's a draft, but it's an auto-draft that selects players based on your pre-draft rankings. Default settings don't even allow for player statistics to be tracked. At least online gameplay generally performs well. We had some frustrating problems with the kick meter ignoring our input, but for the most part, the action was extremely smooth and lag was never an issue.
Hit and drop at the 29-yard line.
The rest of the game modes are holdovers from last year. Franchise mode is solid, but the mode has received only cursory attention since last year. That's more that can be said for Superstar mode though, which is virtually indistinguishable from 08. There are a number of gameplay enhancements that make Madden 09 play better than Madden 08. The ability to bluff plays from the line of scrimmage lets you check your play and then display fake routes to mislead your opponent. You can also quickly call audibles without changing your formation and inadvertently tipping off the other player. Another excellent addition is that you can now tell individual receivers to run smart routes on 3rd down. This will ensure that they don't stop their routes short of the 1st down marker. On the defensive side of the ball, you can spotlight a receiver. This puts an extra player on the receiver to ensure double coverage on the play. By no means does it render that receiver a non-factor, but it's a great way of slowing down an opponent that passes to the same guy over and over again. Just as there are plenty of good things to talk about with regards to 09's gameplay, there are some problems worth mentioning. Slants and crossing routes are exceedingly difficult to defend against. It's not all fun and games for QBs and receivers though. Quarterbacks will frequently overthrow passes in the flat, so they lead receivers right out of bounds. But if the quarterback doesn't throw too far, receivers will often make a break for the sidelines after they catch the ball, or they'll get stuck in an animation and lose yards. Other nagging issues include sometimes horrific tackling, occasionally inept blocking, unstoppable quarterback sneaks, and play action's utter lack of effectiveness against the CPU.
Just can't find the range.
Madden 09 is easily the best looking Madden to date. The presentation now features more dynamic camera angles, and player motion is now a bigger part of the game than ever thanks to new touchdown celebrations. By running to a highlighted area of the end zone and pressing a button after a score, you can dunk the ball over the goalpost, climb with the ball to bask in the admiration of the fans, and more. The dunks often don't work and look kind of terrible, but the rest of the celebrations are really cool, especially when you steal another player's move.
Just bulldoze in for the score.
Other player animations are top-notch, and though you'll see some odd transitions and quirky moves upon close inspection of replays, which can be uploaded and shared online, you'd be hard-pressed to notice most of these instances during gameplay. Stadiums aren't blurry anymore and feature more detail than ever. They look great. Snow and rain effects have been cranked up to where it really feels as if you're playing in a blizzard or monsoon.
The fumbles, the sacks, the miscommunications.
You'd have been grounded for a week if you came home that dirty when you were a kid. You may notice some stuttering before and after plays, but when the ball is in play, the frame rate is as fast and as smooth as you can hope for.
41-yard line. A decent gain there on that pass.
Chris Collinsworth is easily the highlight of Madden 09's audio. His commentary is timely, accurate, insightful, and sounds perfectly natural.
What happened there?
Nothing. They didn't do anything on that play. You're just running sideways, you're going out of bounds. That was just ugly.
On the other side of the coin is play-by-play announcer Tom Hammond's performance. His choppy, vague, and monotone play calling will almost make you miss the radio-style announcer from previous years.
Tackle at about the 29-yard line.
Almost. The Madden series has been so good for so long that the bar for each yearly release is extremely high. And it's because standards are so high that while still great, Madden 09 feels like it could have been a little better. For every addition like Backtrack, or Collinsworth, or improved visuals, there's a problem like the unchanged Superstar mode, poor pass coverage in the middle of the field, or underwhelming online leagues that rear their ugly heads.
Kick is away.
Newcomers will still face a steep learning curve, but if you're a football fan or series veteran, you can't go wrong with Madden 09.